It started with a comment she brushed off as playful banter, or so she insisted. A close-knit group of friends along with their significant others had come together for an evening of drinks. The sort of laid-back gathering where laughter erupts too loudly and words slip past better judgment. 8 of us, for pairs, were scattered across the backyard of our friend Nathan's house, lounging near a glowing fire pit. I'd been with Mia for a little over 2 years. She was radiant, magnetic, and always the center of attention, effortlessly captivating any space she entered. That night was no different. We shared a bottle of bold red wine, its strength overtaking our caution. The conversation wandered, as it often does in such moments, toward old flames and personal secrets. Then, like a spark catching dry grass, it happened. Mia, with a mischievous giggle, lifted her glass and announced loud enough for everyone to hear. Some guys just don't have what it takes to keep a woman satisfied. A wave of uneasy chuckles passed through the group, but I noticed the gleam in her eyes, the way her grin lingered on me. Someone half-teasing prodded, "What you talking about, Lucas?" Mia gave a casual shrug, her laugh sharp and cutting. Let's just say some things are better left to the imagination. The atmosphere around me grew heavy. My muscles tensed as if my body had turned to stone. The group's laughter faltered, some looking away, others blushing with vicarious shame. Mia, however, thrived in the spotlight she'd created, soaking up the attention she'd seized. But this time it was at my expense. I stayed silent, forcing a tight smile, nodding, and stepping away to grab a drink I didn't want. A quiet rage burned in my chest, simmering behind my eyes for the rest of the evening. The next day, Mia acted as though nothing had happened. She planted a soft kiss on my cheek, made a stack of waffles, and curled up beside me on the sofa, all sweetness and warmth, as if she hadn't publicly torn into my pride. I went along with it, but something inside me had cracked. It wasn't just the so-called jest. It was the delight she took in it, the way she brandished it like a weapon. So I began to watch, not just her, but everything around us. I grew more reserved, quieter, but careful not to tip her off. I polished my appearance, hit the gym harder, poured myself into my job, and reconnected with friends I had drifted from during our time together. Most importantly, I started noticing Mia's habits, not only with me, but with everyone. Her charisma, her flirtations, her need to control, her subtle jabs. They were ever present, threaded through every exchange. Then I spotted something else. A name that kept popping up in her texts. Julian, a supposed coworker. Late-night messages, secretive smirks at her phone. The quick tilt of the screen to hide it from me. Doubt crept in, so I investigated. A few careful steps, screenshots, saved images, and access to her cloud storage uncovered a truth that twisted my gut. Photos of her in his car wearing a jacket I'd never seen. Videos she'd made for him. Undeniably intimate. This wasn't just emotional cheating. It was deliberate, brazen betrayal. I held off on confronting her. Instead, I waited. One of our friends, Sophie, was throwing an extravagant birthday dinner at a high-end restaurant downtown. The kind of place where everyone dresses to dazzle. The guest list included Mia and, unsurprisingly, Julian. Mia had made sure he was invited. I approached Sophie with an idea, telling her I'd put together a fun surprise for the group, a slideshow to celebrate her birthday. I sent her the file the night before, asking her to play it on the restaurant's projector after the main course. She chuckled, trusting me completely. When the moment came, the lights dimmed and the screen came alive. The slideshow began with warmth. Old photos of Sophie as a kid, nostalgic shots of our group, even a silly clip of me trying to dance at a barbecue. Laughter echoed through the room, and Mia, swept up in the moment, leaned over to kiss my cheek. Then the tone changed. A single image appeared, then another. Screenshots of Mia's texts to Julian, explicit and undeniable. Phrases like, "I want you again," and "he'll never suspect" blazed across the screen. Then came a short video, her voice unmistakable, calling his name. The room went silent. Forks froze in midair. Mia's smile collapsed, replaced by sheer panic. "Stop it," she screamed, jumping from her chair. But no one moved. Sophie stood, Her gaze locked on Mia as if seeing her for the first time. "Is this real?" she asked, her voice calm but edged with shock. I rose, my voice steady but firm. "She thought it was funny to shame me in front of you all." I chose to answer with the truth. Mia stuttered, tears streaming, insisting I was cruel, but her words fell flat. The room's silence drowned out her excuses. She bolted, her face streaked with makeup, her pride shattered. That night, I slept deeply, free of the weight I'd carried for months. In the weeks that followed, friends reached out, their words carrying a common thread. "How did you put up with her for so long?" I asked myself the same question. I didn't just move on. I built a better life, unshackled from her influence. One where my worth isn't tied to someone else's ego or insecurities. Because the truth, the one she ridiculed, was never what truly rattled her. What scared her was the moment I'd stop enduring her manipulations and let the facts speak louder than her deceit. And when that day arrived, I didn't just walk away. I made sure the truth thundered.